Hi, you're watching India Today Global with me, Ishita Mitra, and this is Crossfire, that show that dives into the heart of global conflicts, where nations collide, alliances shift, and lives hang in the balance. On tonight's show, we'll tell you how after decimating Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon, Israel is now going after Houthis in Yemen, putting Iran's axis of resistance under grave threat. Also on the show, we'll tell you about China's groundbreaking advancement in fighter jet technology. Stay tuned as we break down these critical developments and explore their impact on global power and security. Hamas militants crippled, Hezbollah's rank and leadership decimated. And now what's next on Israel's watch? Well, it's the rebels from Yemen Houthis, one stubborn distant ally of Iran who still remains in the fight against Israel. But with Israel shifting its resources and attention to Yemen now, will the tensions escalate between Houthis and Israel, or will the Iran-backed crew back down? Understand in this report.
It's a never-ending war for Israel, it seems. One end or the other, the troubles keep shooting up. First, it was Hamas, then Hezbollah, and now it is the Houthis, the Yemen's rebel group, which has pledged solidarity with Gazans, has become active in its assaults against Israel. Israelis woke up to sirens ringing in Tel Aviv due to an incoming missile launched from Yemen. The missile was intercepted, but Israeli forces remain on alert. The missile launch comes after Israeli strikes at Yemen on Thursday, targeting the Houthi rebel-held capital and multiple ports across the country. Targets it included military infrastructure at the Sana'a International Airport and in the Hezyaz and Ras Qanati power stations, along with military infrastructure in the Hodayad, Salif and Ras Qanati ports on the western coast. The attacks left at least 6 dead and over 40 wounded, while the World Health Organization chief also had a brush up with death as he was just meters away from the attack on Sana'a Airport. Israel alleges the ports targeted were being used to smuggle weapons from Iran. The strikes follow several days of Houthi launches setting off sirens in Israel. The last week witnessed some intense fighting between the two parties, with Israel launching at least 5 rounds of strikes inside Yemen, and Houthis firing over 200 missiles and 170 drones at Israel. All this while the terror campaign continued unabated in the Red Sea, with over 100 merchant vessels coming under attack. Israeli leaders, meanwhile, are clear about their intentions, vowing to go after Houthis in Sana'a and Hodeidah, like they went after Haniyeh, Sinwar, Nasrallah in Tehran, Gaza and Lebanon. But Houthis pose a much greater threat than any other Iranian proxies, as in spite of being a part of Iran's axis of resistance, they do not rely on Tehran for funding and take their decisions independently of the country's revolutionary guards. Their location, quite far from Israel, also gives them an advantage, and right now they seem to be riding high on the popularity wave flowing across the Muslim world that puts them as the vanguard of the fight against Israel. So is Israel opening more war fronts than it can handle, or will the theatre of war shift to Yemen after Gaza and Lebanon, with tensions escalating day by day? Only time can tell.
Turning now to Kazakhstan, where a crash on Christmas Day has claimed the lives of 38 people. Azerbaijan Airlines flight J-8243, a passenger jet on its way from Baku to Grozny in Russia, crashed hundreds of miles in the western city of Kazakhstan, Aktau. But the crash did not occur due to a malfunction. Instead, there is widespread speculation that the jet was shot down by a Russian anti-aircraft missile system. Our next report gets you all the details.
Azerbaijan Airlines flight J-8243 was en route for a short flight across the Caspian Sea, from Baku to Grozny, but its path took it far off course before it tragically crashed near the Aktau airport. The reason behind the crash, one does not know. Initially, authorities blamed technical difficulties, including a possible bird strike. But now a growing body of evidence is suggesting a different cause: a missile strike by a Russian air defense system. Four sources familiar with the investigation have revealed that a Russian Pantsir-S surface-to-air missile likely downed the aircraft. Now, there are several reasons to back this theory. First up, defense analysts say that bullet-like holes in a life jacket inside the aircraft are consistent with an anti-aircraft missile strike. Second reason is the timing of the attack. The crash coincided with Russian military operations against Ukrainian drones in the region. And the third reason is the path of the flight. The aircraft's path was tracked on Flight Radar 24, which showed the aircraft initially flying over the Republic of Dagestan in Russia, before it disappeared from radar for an hour. Some speculate that this could be an indication that the plane was caught in the crosshairs of Russian air defense systems. Moreover, the plane's communication systems also appeared to have jammed right before the crash, which again points towards a possible interference from Russian electronic warfare systems. While there's no certainty on the role of Russia as of now, the incident is eerily similar to past shootdowns involving Russian or Russian-backed forces. In 1983, Korean Air Flight 007 was shot down by the Soviet Union after accidentally straying into Soviet airspace. More recently, in 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 was brought down by a Russian-made missile over eastern Ukraine, killing all 298 people on board. Such incidents raise troubling questions about the proximity of commercial flights to Russian military defenses, especially in regions like the North Caucasus, and about accountability on the part of military forces to protect civilian aviation. Kazakh and Russian authorities are yet to release full details of the ongoing investigation. However, the international aviation community is watching closely, as the implications of this crash could ripple through global aviation safety standards. Bureau Report, India Today Global.
And now finally, in military aviation news, China has reportedly conducted successful test flights of two sixth-generation fighter jets. The cutting-edge aircraft seen soaring over Chengdu in Sichuan province have created a lot of buzz, as they could give China an edge in future air combat scenarios. Our next report gets you all the details about the stealth fighter jets.
The captivating visuals of Chinese jets soaring high in the sky are sending a clear message, one that could change the security dynamics in Asia and have potential consequences for its neighbors. So what's the message? A major leap in China's military aviation capabilities. The videos circulating on social media shows China's stealthy sixth-generation fighter jets. Captured flying over Chengdu in Sichuan province, the J-36 was accompanied by a Chengdu J-20's fighter jet, serving as a chase plane according to media reports. The Chengdu J-20, also known as the Mighty Dragon, is a twin-engine stealth fighter introduced into service in 2017. J-36, the strike aircraft, is believed to be significantly larger and more advanced than even China's current J-20 fighter, which is already a formidable aircraft. And this could now shift the global balance of aerial dominance. The stealth fighter jet boasts of advanced features including high-speed endurance, tailless design, 3-engine configuration, enhanced payload, along with ability to operate effectively over high altitudes and over extended ranges. The features make this jet suitable for long-duration operations. reduce its radar signature, and give it significant advantage in reconnaissance and combat scenarios. Reports suggest that China's new aircraft may be designed to operate not only in airspace but potentially in space as well. Whether this is truly the case or just speculation remains to be seen. But its impact on global defense capabilities is undeniable. This development is a part of China's broader push to modernize its military. The jet's advanced technology is raising concerns in the West, particularly in the US, which is currently working on its own 6th generation fighter under the Next Generation Air Dominance program. This could also be concerning for India, which does not have a stealth fighter jet yet. Further deployment of these fighters along the line of actual control could pose a direct challenge to India's aerial defense capabilities. Experts note that the unveiling of the J-36 in broad daylight may not have been accidental, but rather China did want to send a clear message to the world. But has the message been received? It remains to be seen.
So as global tensions rise from the skies over Yemen to new military innovations in China, the world stands at a critical juncture, and we'll continue to monitor these developments and bring you the latest updates. Thank you for watching this Crossfire with me, Ishita Mitra. Stay tuned to India Today Global, where we simplify geopolitics for you.